3, 2, 1, 0.
Thank you.
Yeah,
So hard.
of course, man.
What up? Welcome to Dynamite Rocketship. I'm your host, Toby McMullen. Rocking a man bun today because the boiler in my building is broken and we had no hot water. We love New York. My guest today is a fantastic comedian, a hilarious podcaster, and an all-time excellent dude. He's got a new special out right now, which I had the pleasure of helping do a little camera work on, and by God, it came out looking crispy as hell, funny as shit. You gotta check it out. The special's called Still Hoopin'. This guy's driving to the paint. I swear to God, he's the best. Please welcome to the program, Mr. Anthony Devito.
Thank you, Tobe.
Hell
What a joy, man.
Hell yeah. Straight Hoopin'. Great title.
Thanks, man. Thank you. Yeah, it's mixed reviews on it.
What?
But the people that are into it are into it.
No, people don't like. No one likes fun anymore.
It's fun is over.
Fun is, dude.
Comedy's dead.
And these are the
Elon was right,
dude. And these are the takes so hot they can only be presented on this program.
I did. I wanted to come in with a bevy of takes.
Yeah.
For you, Tobe.
Well, the thing about promoting a comedy special in this day and age is that I'd imagine that the take well runneth dry at this point. You've been out, you've been shaking hands, kissing babies, being like butter on toast. Get the fuck out of my face!
Get out of here.
Yeah.
I hate toast. I hate butter. I don't like your baby. Yeah, I don't have a lot of takes. You really got to wind me up as a person.
Yeah, you're like a pretty even keeled, chill dude.
Yeah, I'm pretty sleepy. It really is just that.
Are you getting a lot? How's your sleep?
Not great. It's never been great though.
What time are you going to bed?
I'll turn in pretty early. We were talking about this last night, Andrea. But I don't know why she's just here.
Yeah, Andrea's chilling.
It's her studio. She's working. They know Andrea Allen, no?
Indeed. I try to shout out every time on the pod. I forget sometimes, but shout out 4B Studios for housing us. If you ever need to record a podcast in the city of New York, goddamn it, this is the place to do it.
Yeah, it is great. But yeah, we were talking last night about how like when it gets darker, I'm starting to like when it gets dark earlier, just as like it affords me an excuse to go to bed earlier.
Dude, but you're going to bed early but sleeping bad? Is it just bad, low quality sleep?
I think it's low quality.
You got some low qual snoozes, dude?
Yeah, I'm getting some low qual snoozes. Some bad Z's, man.
Oh, dude, tough Z's?
Tough Z's.
Fuck, dude. Shit.
Yeah, I do. I'll do melatonin, and I'll really do whatever's on the market to knock me out.
Melatonin sucks shit. I can't sleep for shit. I go to sleep at like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning every night. I can't sleep. I've tried everything under the sun. Exercise, nothing works. The second my head touches the pillow, my brain is like, all right, how about all of the worst things that have ever happened in your life? How about we get this ripping, dude?
I don't understand how that works. It's like you've had all day to do this.
Yeah.
I guess because I'm like out and about and doing things, so my brain's distracted enough where it's like, you don't have to think about her, but the minute I try to sleep, it's everything.
Yes.
What do you how many hours are you getting?
I put in a record number last night. Last night I slept for 11 hours, dude.
Whoa.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
Year high for this year.
Whoa, mark the date.
Yeah.
Man, do you feel refreshed?
I do.
Okay.
I do. Now, the night before last, I slept for 3.5 hours and wanted to kill myself all day.
Yeah. God, I know, man. I'll have that too where I'm like, I'm so depressed. Like I think that maybe is like a guy thing too, where we're just so like not in tune with our feelings that I'm like, I should die. And then like I'll just eat or sleep and it's like, oh no, I'm a very happy man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where I think like my wife especially, like, she's more attuned to that. You know what I mean? Where she'll be like, she's more attuned to like she'll go through the checklist of it's like, I need to eat, I need to sleep. Like she'll hit those markers before she's like, something's deeply wrong. Where I jump right away to like, I should end it all.
Yes,
and I'm like I said, I'm like very happy and very like content in my life.
I have like a recurring fixation and fantasy of like hanging myself from the Brooklyn Bridge with a little sign around my neck, and then the sign what's on the signage changes, and that's like the fun of it.
Yeah. What signs are? What is it topical Or are there like mainstays in like what usually the sign would say?
I like I like so you can go real broad with it.
Mm-hmm.
You can go the Clintons did this. So, you know what I mean? You can like really put blame or like
Very funny if they're like, they got everybody.
Yeah.
Even local podcaster Toby McMullen.
yeah, dude.
Their evil knew no bounds.
or like you pick like some niche beef that people just like John Gruden shouldn't have been fired.
Fun. I love
Like,
that. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I like that a lot.
Yeah,
they should have never got rid of the McRib.
Yeah. The charging too much for guacamole. You know what I mean? Whatever you want. You can go a lot of different ways. Hang on, the AC's on. I want to turn that off. That's my bad.
You're fine, man.
I mean, as you were waxing poetic about your wife's approach to sleep and anxiety, I was just sitting here, full anxiety attack, going, how do I turn this AC off without making it rude?
Don't, Toby, do not. Don't, cool. Like, let the anxiety go for an hour. Don't worry about anything. Don't worry about the spaces. Don't worry about keeping the ball in the air. Just let it happen however it happens.
Dude, I have learned you can really tweak some stuff in an edit.
Yeah, exactly, man. Tweak whatever you need. Cut the whole thing out. We don't even have to do this. Don't worry about it, man. We could have spent the hour. You could make up whatever excuse you want to make. I remember doing a podcast years ago where I watched whoever the host was mid-podcast text, I think this will be a test episode. That's how
No
bad.
fucking way.
I was fine with it. This has never been for me like my bread and butter.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
So like, don't sweat it, man.
Yeah, well, I think you're a smooth talking sweet man. I think
Thanks.
that this is your bread, your butter, your entree, your dessert. I think you're you're great, dude. Okay, are you a soup guy?
I do like soup. I grew up on soup.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Big soup house.
Big soup house.
What kind of soup? What kind of soups we talking?
So my grandma made soup pretty much every night.
Really?
Yes. Which, like, you know, as an adult, you're like, how cool. As a kid, you're like, who, what? Like, it's not an enticing food to get people over your house for dinner.
No.
Because every other kid's like, we have dinosaur-shaped chicken nuggets. And I'm like, have you guys had white beans and spinach? You're in for the ride of your life.
Dude, you don't know what she's doing with leeks. It'll blow your fucking mind.
You think you know leeks. You actually don't.
You've never been a leak in your goddamn life.
So she would make soup every night, but so I lived in my house. It was my grandmother, my mom, great grandmother, and my aunt.
Yes.
And my aunt, who's my grandmother's youngest daughter, wouldn't eat vegetables if she could see them. She had some kind of phobia. Now I think it's actually a thing where it's a documented whatever. So my grandmother would puree the vegetables into just like a strain. So it would just be liquid. It's kind of like what like tech CEOs, I imagine they eat for fuel, and it's efficient, whatever.
Yeah, it's like the goop they eat on the Nebuchadnezzar in the Matrix. Yeah,
exactly, man.
Yeah.
It's like future food
Yeah.
that we had. So I didn't for a long time. This will give you a little insight into like my intellect. Like I had chicken soup. I never had. I think up until like however I ever had it at a restaurant, I didn't even know chicken soup had chicken in it. I thought it was just like a thing that they said from like whatever, because it was strained to the point where it was like the chicken would be in it, but it was in broth form, and then it was just these little tiny like noodle kind of things, because that's how the only way to get vegetables in her.
Let's put my brain in a blender,
Please.
Much like the veggies in your house growing up, dude. So blended soup every night. What are your dumps like? Well, I guess you're having normal food. You're eating solid foods at school.
Yeah, the rest of the time, and then like it was just the soup was the appetizer, and this wasn't like.
Oh my god, I was thinking it was a straight soup diet.
No,
like
it wasn't
Oprah in 2001 or whatever.
Was Oprah doing that?
Yeah. She lost a ton of weight going on. It was a pure. It was like a juice and soup diet, and she lost all this weight. And the second she ate solid food again, she put on like 40 pounds.
Wow, sure.
Yeah.
The soup was just an appetizer for, but she wasn't. My grandmother was a very like anomaly of an Italian stereotype of a woman. She was a horrible cook.
Oh, but the soup wasn't even good.
The soup actually was good. She was very good at that.
Yes.
I mean, I think she had to get very good at it because it carried none of the, like, you couldn't see any of the stuff you were eating. So she had to get good at that. But she slathered peas on everything. She was very liberal with peas.
Dude, no, peas suck. Peas are good in a shepherd's pie. That might be the end of the list.
Toby, that faraway look in your eye where you're like, wow, this man's about to rattle off 1,000 great dishes with peas in them. And it ended. Peas, have you ever had, like, what's that, the English stew? It's some kind of pea, like mushy peas. That's exactly what it is. That's great.
Mushy peas are okay.
But yeah, peas get away with, like, being close to carrots and corn. Not a lot of people are doing peas on their own.
No, straight peas is bad. If you have I feel like you have frozen peas in your freezer, and that's mostly for medical reasons. That's for like black eyes and sprained ankles. And that's for eating.
Yeah, it's very true. Man.
Yeah, because they're tiny, they're frozen, it's moldable. You can really wrap it around a wrist or an ankle.
So she so like the food was the food, solid food, as like a person eats. I'm trying to think of what my dumps were like, man. They're pretty standard fare.
Okay.
Yeah, they might have been. Yeah.
And you say you're
crazy,
and
man.
you say you're bad at podcasts, and I say, how do you feel about soup? That you got stories locked and loaded. You got a whole soup lineage. This guy, you telling me you can't podcast? Come on.
Well, it's rare that someone hits my sweet spots.
Well, we're out here. We're straight hooping. I'm dishing to the corner. I'm letting you put that.
Man, I mean, if you're gonna keep passing me the ball like this, I'll get shots up, man. My God.
And by the way, the only reason I said that is I had the worst pho of my life last night. I just wanted to shit on pho.
Yeah, so you're. I mean, I like this is a big take, man.
I hate pho. Pho stinks. Get the fuck out of here. It's a bowl full of shoelace water. It's terrible.
Wow,
I hate it.
God, the Vietnamese are coming for you, man.
Well, they came for my uncle, and now I'm coming for them.
What? How much have you had in your lifetime?
Honestly, this is probably my second bowl.
Toby, wow, grand opening, grand closing for you. You're a fickle man.
I'm in a strong. I'm strong a bit.
Second bowl. My God, give it a goddamn chance, man.
Dude, it was so bad. I was so mad because it was. Look, okay. So I live in a neighborhood with a bunch of incredible restaurants of all different varieties. Mm-hmm. It's crazy diverse. So you have so there's like 3 different pho spots. So I'm going to try another one because I do think that I might be jumping to conclusions here.
Sure,
jump to conclusions. But last night,
why did you stop to say that?
Because it's from Office Space.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure. I didn't want you to think I was just confused. Okay, cool, man.
With the guy who bitches his game, jump to conclusions.
Toby, I love how fucking scatterbrained you are. It's awesome.
I am maybe the most ADD human being to ever
really
exist.
did not know that. This was exciting for me.
Yeah.
I really thought, I don't know, because I have this image of you, because I know you from like when you produced Are You Garbage, and then like you were so chill on the night of the special, and I think I've seen you do stand up. Like I'm like, okay, I think I got who Toby is, at least from a distance.
Yes.
And now that I'm sitting with you, I'm like, this is not the man I thought at all.
It turns out a lot of viewers feel the same way.
Oh man, what are they saying? Are you reading stuff that they're saying?
Dude, I had to stop.
Yeah, no, it's a nightmare, man.
No, I completely, and I think it better for my mental health, but probably worse for the growth of the show. I stopped engaging and reading any comments a while back.
It's like a fine line that you got to run because the problem is one out of however many is helpful.
Yes,
but to get to that one, you have to get through so many that you're like, oh yeah, I'm brainstorming signs for when I kill myself off the bridge. Yeah,
yes.
That part is, you almost like wish you're like, I think it might be almost like helpful to hire someone who's like a middle ground person who just reads your comments for you, so you avoid the trappings of like a deep depression, but then also getting like the constructive criticism out of them.
Without question, yeah.
Yeah, man. I think that has to be a thing because, I want to hear that too. I don't want to be bad, but at the same time, I want to believe in myself to some modicum of degree, you know?
Yes, dude.
Golly.
It's tough. It makes you go, man, have I ever had it?
Yeah, I know.
You know?
What did anyone see?
Yeah.
Are all the people around me lying to me?
Yes.
Yeah, I know, man. It really puts you in a place.
It's tough scenes.
But anyway, the fuss spot.
The fuss spot. Dude, so last night was the first real cold night of the season.
Right.
So me and my lady, we're feeling like some sort of soupy situation.
Totally.
But we have all these great Asian restaurants around us. So I was like, ramen or pho? What are you thinking? And she goes, pho. I go, fuck yeah. So then we go to this place, and there are two, like, they're on the same block. They're right next to each other. They're two pho spots. Mm-hmm. One, they're both always packed. So if one had been empty, the other one was packed, you obviously go to the packed one.
Sure.
So we're trying to decide which one we're going to try, and the one is cash only, the other one isn't. We don't have any cash, so we go to the one that isn't cash only. So all packed seems great. You know, the bowl as big as your head.
They're big.
They're a fat bowl full of nothing.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Full of nothing.
Uh-huh.
It's just rice noodles. I got grilled beef. She got grilled chicken. The beef, enticing, beautiful, rolled almost like a fruit by the foot. There were
Fruit roll up.
like a fruit roll up.
Yep.
You think I would have gotten there?
It's all right.
Rolled up like some sort of fruit rolling.
But I think they're both the fruit by the foot. That's the same family.
They are. They're cousins.
Yeah.
They see each other at Thanksgiving. They say, "How you doing?"
Hey, it's been so long. So nice to see you.
How's the insurance game? Great. We're doing snowmobiles now. We do
You
it
saw
all.
Diane?
Oh yeah, no, she's.
Because I've always liked her, despite what people are saying.
And they're saying it a lot.
Yeah, I'm defending you left and right.
And I'm getting tired of it. So if it's going south, let me know so I can stop. So and I mean, this beef is shoe leather. So tough and long and weird to try and eat. So I thought, well, I'll try and cut it. Can't get a knife through it. Just an impenetrable. It's made of adamantium, this stuff. So then I was like, okay, well, clearly this is soaking beef, and I just don't know what I'm doing.
Ah, okay.
I'm thinking they cook it real tough.
This is great, man. Soaking beef. Not a thing I've ever heard, but I love how you thought of a thing and made it fact within the culinary world, I guess, for forever. It might be a thing. I don't know. But you were like, oh, God, these fools. This is soaking beef.
Well, it was
not everyone's as educated as I am.
I was like, dry and hard. We must need it to be wet and soft.
I get it. Yeah.
So let me tell you, the soaking somehow made it stronger.
That's just what soaking beef likes.
Dude, against God and physics and everything I know about the way of the world, just an impossible meal to eat. The rice noodles are fine. It's just the whole time I was like, why not? Why should have gone ramen with a nice egg?
Yeah, the ratio of like broth, the size of the bowl, the ratio of broth to actual noodles and beef, I get that with pho. Like afterwards, there's a confusion. I think that's my only real hang up with it is the confusion of you're done with it and then you still have like half a tank of broth left in the bowl.
Yes.
And like, I think if I was Asian, I would, and this will sound whatever, but I think if I was like, I guess more culturally intelligent, I would know what to do. There's just a confusion I don't like where I go, am I supposed to drink it all? And then if you do, then people go, oh, like, what are you doing? Like, that's just oil, idiot.
Dude, so many questions on the table. I need like an in-flight safety manual on how to consume this dish.
Yeah.
And I was looking at other people, and it seemed like everyone else didn't know what the fuck was going on.
Nobody knows. Nobody really knows.
Nobody knows, and everyone just wants to seem cultured, and they don't want to be like, this soup sucks.
Yep.
They go, that was great.
I won't go so far. For me personally, to say the soup sucks, but because I feel like I'd be selling out pho.
Yes.
And they were one of my sponsors. So I want to make sure I get that on the record. But yeah, I don't think anyone knows what they're doing, and because of where we live, everyone is way like they're way too. The optics are too much.
Yes.
They're too aware of the optics to just admit that nobody knows what they're doing. Because my introduction of I used to live in Hawaii in my early 20s. And they have a big Asian population over there, obviously.
Yeah. Shout out Jollibee.
What'd you say?
Shout out Jollibee. They love that shit.
That's one of your sponsors. They had a ton of Vietnamese spots. So we would eat it all the time, and like I got like watching like real Vietnamese people eat it. They get so close. They get very close to the actual soup itself, and then they just shovel it in his fat. Their whole face is like wet and sweaty from the soup and their own sweat afterwards. And they pour tons of sriracha. It looked like, wow, this is like, man, this is exciting to eat this thing like this. But I don't think I was ever so bold as to like hover over and be like, how much actual liquid are they eating and what? But it was like there was like a violence to the way that they ate it, which I liked.
Really hammering it in there.
Yeah.
And with I think that there's the politeness is different, right? Like in India, farting and burping is like totally chill at a meal. Everyone's like let it rip, dude.
So
Hell yeah,
cool.
Beef, dude.
Yeah.
but here, uncouth. And then the same with like, ramen or other noodle dishes where you're like, exactly what you're saying, you're getting the bowl to your face, you're really cranking it in there. So I think that's probably, I think that if I consumed it so fast and so violently that I didn't taste that it tastes like nothing, it would probably be pretty good.
Yeah, I think that's the move. You got to kind of eat it like you're a pelican. Just snap it down. Yeah. But look, if you don't like it, you don't like it. Yeah. But I think give it 5.
I also,
maybe 5's too much. I don't know. At least one more.
I also like my power ranking of words is incorrect. When I describe something that I dislike, like I think pho, it's fine. But then when I'm talking to you, I'm gonna go, it's the worst shit I've ever had in my life.
Yeah, of course. You want that. You want strong things out of the gate.
Yeah,
I get it.
I think people find it off-putting. I think they go, this guy's a fucking cunt. And I go, no, it's all right. It just kind of stinks.
No, I mean, I personally, I like that because most of mine, I very few takes which are like, man, they're not like polarizing, but are strong,
yes.
So I'm more of a middle ground kind of. So I like being around anyone who's like, oh, this guy is coming in hot and large with the soup.
Like a bowl of pho.
Yeah, man.
Dude, how long have you lived in Hawaii for?
I lived in Hawaii for 6 months.
Okay.
In my early 20s. So I moved there with no plan. It was right after college. It was the fall after I graduated college. And I didn't know anybody who lived there. I had.
Okay, wait. Sorry.
Please. No.
Okay, where'd you go to college?
University of Miami in Florida.
Oh, sick! Shout out to it. All right, tight. Hell yeah! And then, okay, so you're like,
Toby, you give so many shout outs.
You're at the U. You're at the dude. Shout outs, and you're at the U, and you're in Miami, and you're just partying, fat Cuban asses everywhere, and then you're like, I gotta get to the island, dude. How did that decision come about?
I went to college for architecture. I wish that was the case. It's so much more bland and boring than that. I went to college for architecture, which is like really intensive.
Yes,
and then
precise.
And I had a girlfriend like all through college. So.
Shout out love.
Shout out love. Shout out love. Shout out heartbreak. Shout out writing poetry.
No, you didn't.
Absolutely.
Prove
Empty
us.
house. About a house where love once lived. Where no longer resides.
Oh, dude, you stink.
It was bad. Things were bad, man. It was bleak. So she broke up with me. And it was my first breakup. I was devastated, obviously. I thought we were going to be together forever. And then, at that point, I didn't like try to keep it in a journal, led to poetry. Obviously, we all knew how that went.
You were like the day to day musings aren't hitting. We got to get some rhymes in here. Or were you a no rhymes guy?
No. I was a rhymes guy because I don't really know a lot about poetry. Most of what I knew about poetry was from rap music. So I was like, it has to rhyme.
Yes,
and I should. I think you should probably throw the N-word in there somewhere. But
tastefully.
Tastefully. There is a purpose for it, damn it. That was I was just lost, and then most of my friends were guys. They're useless in these situations, especially young guys.
Oh, totally.
So
you just got to do some coke, bro.
Yeah, it was just a lot of horrible advice. There's a lot of excuse for them to go to a strip club. Like, it's just like, this is a perfect opportunity to go to a strip club, is someone at their lowest.
Yes.
Is for them to have a boner, like, in a public space.
Yeah.
So
wildly inappropriate.
Yeah. So I just watched romantic comedy. I didn't know what to do, so I watched a lot of romantic comedies.
Oh, dude, Matthew McConaughey will know what to do.
Exactly. Diane Lane, Matthew McConaughey, they're sort of my shepherds.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So, and a lot of them, I noticed the protagonists move to a new place to reboot their life. So
there's something so funny about a young guy at the saddest point he's ever been at, renting failure to launch. Yeah. It's like fucking amazing.
It really was that. I'm just at Blockbuster in a trench coat with like a mustache, just being like, just give me Under the Tuscan Sun. Don't say anything to anybody. I was never here. Just like walking out with a stack.
Oh man. Tom Hanks has mail. I used to have mail. Dude, that's awesome.
I wish I had mail. Yeah. So yeah, I moved there sight unseen in the fall. And the bum move, I mean, for a couple of reasons. I mean, one, I didn't take into account that Hawaii is where everybody goes for their honeymoon. So I just arrived as the opposition. I'm there.
It's like Nashville, the island.
It really is, man. Yeah. So I'm there, heartbroken. I'm sullen with like a Mai Tai in my hand. It's a very odd place.
Surrounded by newlyweds?
Surrounded by newlyweds with a teal drink. It was very strange. So yeah, I didn't know anybody there. I had nowhere to live. I got the first thing I could find off Craigslist. That went south pretty quickly.
Okay, so I've moved somewhere. The only place I moved sight unseen was I moved to Chicago for college, but then it's like I'm going to move into a dorm.
Right.
But I went without visiting the school and shit.
I did the same thing in Miami.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, where I was just like, I don't need to know anything.
Yeah, it's fine. Who gives a shit? I'll figure it out.
It was more exciting that way.
I agree. I lost my phone in the cab on the ride from the airport to the dorm.
Perfect.
Brutal. So you go, I'm going to move to Hawaii. Did you just went Craigslist before you left?
No, I had no plan. I just was like, let me get there. Like, because I don't know, in the movies they don't really do any. They just kind of show up and then they, whatever happens.
They really omit a lot of paperwork,
logistics,
and background checks, and like waiting for things to clear.
Yeah. They really do omit a lot of like government bureaucracy.
Yeah, it's like I'm moving to the big city to chase my dreams, and it's like okay, but renters fees and like agent fees you got to be prepared for that. What's your credit like, dude?
No credit at that point. I had zero credit. Okay. So I had to, the minute I got there, my family had this like money pit of a timeshare scam that they were involved in.
Okay.
They weren't running the scam. They just were taken by it.
Yes.
So
I didn't imagine the soup people were building an empire based on timeshares. we got out of soup. We got into short-term loans. Short-term leases.
They took a weird pivot. So for a month, or not a month, but a week, I stayed in, kind of some dog shit hotel in Honolulu while I went on job interviews. I didn't get any, and that was the other thing I didn't realize was like, Hawaii being an island, it's very limited. Yeah. So I think there were only 2 hiring architecture firms. So I didn't get either one of those. So I had nowhere to live. I had no job, and I pretty much had like a week to figure it out. So I was just
sorry to cut you off again.
Please.
The thought process was, I'm going to go to Hawaii and be an architect.
Yeah. I mean, it was the only thing I was really trained to do. So I was like, I'll start my life there. I'm going to get an entry level job at an architecture firm, and then we'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm. No thought of perhaps that tough to build buildings on an island, maybe go somewhere with like endless land like Cleveland or
I really had thought nothing through it, Toby. I can't emphasize that point enough, how little I thought through of this.
Oh god damn it, that's so funny. Oh, there's just so little space on the island, it's full. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay. I'm like, what about on those hills? They're like, those are volcanoes.
It's gonna be covered in magma.
We'll figure it out. I didn't get those jobs. Got the first place I could find on Craigslist, basically, because I know Hawaii. Also, I didn't think it's so expensive to live there, and I had zero credit, so there's no way I was going to get an apartment. Didn't think about any of that. First place I could find, that goes belly up in about a month. So then I got a job as an environmental canvasser. I worked with all these hippies. And I don't know if you've ever did you ever think you're like, I thought I was a hippie, and then when you meet the real thing, you're like, well, I'm not that thing.
Dude.
Yeah.
Anthony, you have hit a nail so perfectly on the head that no one else has struck. Yes, dude.
What were the things that you went through that you were like, I think I'm that thing, and then the reality that you weren't?
Okay, so I'm trying to think of like a really good. I hate hippies.
Okay.
I think that they're, of all of the personality lifestyles, they are maybe the most false. I find most hippies turn out to be thieves almost 100% of the time. They really just love to eat your food and smoke your weed and cigarettes and just take anything they can get their grubby little patchouli covered fingers on. And like 8 out of 10 of them are just, the financial backing is all from their mom and dad. They're just full of shit. I'm trying to think of like a really good example. There's a guy we bought opium off of that I'm not convinced was actually opium. A lot of people like girls named like Stormy Sky, and you're like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah,
dude?
there was. I didn't know it was real until I was like sort of like entrenched in the world a little bit that is a thing. You know what I mean? Like a lot. They were just, to me, they existed as like, oh, they were just on. I didn't know they were. We never had even close to that growing up in North Jersey.
Yeah.
So that was all very new to me. I mean, it was like, in some ways, like the theater of it, I was like, this is hilarious. I love it. But yeah, no, they lived illegally off trail on a mountain in the woods.
Okay, that's pretty real.
Yeah, super real. No, these guys were legit. They were legit. They were like, they had honest intentions about like the environment and the world. Like they were great guys. I talk to them to this day. Like, yeah, they're great guys.
But I misunderstood what you were saying. So
Please.
You thought you were about that, and then you found these guys were really about
Exactly.
it. And you were like, oh, I'm not as gnarly as us.
Yes, I was like, I write poetry. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, I do the things. I in theory, I care about the world. I'm one of you. You know, I'm laid back. I was hitting all the things from a mile away. You would go, yeah, that guy. But like up close, I'm like, I don't know. I never even had Thai food at that point. So I lived in the woods for like 2 or 3 months, something like that.
No way.
Mm-hmm.
Off trail with these bros.
Off trail with these guys.
Are
Yeah.
you living in a tent?
No. So when the site they made was pretty impressive. They all had their own tents in different areas. It was like a sectioned off apartment. Yeah. And then they dug out a wall of dirt to create a berm, and then they ran like a tarp over it. So they created a makeshift living room. I crashed in the living room. I was in a sleeping
tarp
bag.
in a berm. I don't know, room.
Living space.
It's a lean-to, perhaps.
Yeah, maybe I am romanticizing it a little too much. But
dude, you were homeless in the woods.
yeah, the long and short of it was, yes, I was.
I mean, I'm glad you were with some scrappy fellas who had some bushcraft vibes, but like, nah, dude, living room is out fucking outrageous.
Yeah. But it was, I mean, it was strange because like I had a job and I wasn't paying. I get it. Technically, yes. But I did have a job, and it was the most fiscally responsible I've ever been in my life. It's the most money I've ever had in my life.
Oh, I believe it. You got no. I mean, what's your nut? Some nitrous for the fellas? Like, you're fine.
Some jazz records. a little bit of kava for the boys on the weekends. Maybe the best books at the library.
Okay, sick. So you're homeless? Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, do you think that this woman who broke up with you, do you think that she's ever hanging out with her gal pals and they're trading war stories, and she's like, I once dumped a guy so hard in Miami
Probably.
that he went and lived in the fucking mountains of Hawaii.
Yeah. No, I don't even think I'd register. She was like, oh, right, I dated a guy in college. What happened to him? I don't think it's like that registered. Because in your head, it's so funny when like what you think you mean to someone and then look back and you go, I was just her college boy. This was like a turning point and continues to be in my life. Like this happening that led to these events that led to whatever. Yeah. Like for her, she's probably like, Andy? Was it Adam? Something. I don't remember. I never came. That's what I know.
I remember his mom called him Tony, but it didn't make sense. Does anybody call you Tony?
No, because I grew up around so many Tonys that it felt so inauthentic to who I was. I was like, I would be putting on a Tony suit. It wouldn't be right.
Sure.
I grew up with real Tonys,
I hear you, bro.
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
Yeah. Shout out to that.
Shout out to Tonys, man. Shout out to Tonys.
Okay, so you're living with the bros of the woods. Mm-hmm. So sick. And you're canvassing.
Shout out to Nate Barry and Pete, man.
Dude, shout out Nate Barry and Pete, dude. Were you canvassing? Were you canvassing door to door, or were you on the sidewalk?
So yeah, a bit of both. So you would do like half the week door to door and half on the sidewalk. Door to door was pretty gnarly because like, especially in Hawaii, I mean, our first campaign was to save the Arctic polar bears, and it's like they've never even experienced wind. Like to them, like polar bears are they're real. I just thought they were like made up by Coca-Cola.
Yeah. Hey, Howley, get off my porch, dude.
It was. I mean, I had the luck of like I'm a little darker skinned.
Yeah.
So like they weren't but like the other guys they would run into trouble for sure. But yeah, I mean, man, they have a lot of Rottweilers. Like I remember like running from dogs and like it was a tough sell. And I also like, I'm not a good salesperson by any stretch. So like, and I'm like kind of like stumbling my way through like rehearsed lines on a clipboard. And like the minute I was challenged, I'd be like, I mean, I don't know, man. Like what? Just do it. Like, and they'd be like, you want me to entrust you with my credit card information? Guy who looks like he actively smells.
Yes.
Who's sweating on my front door, interrupting my dinner. And I'm like, yeah, the polar bears. And like, so I was not good at the job.
Look, man, I'm sleeping on dirt.
Yeah, exactly. Like there was something authentic about that though, to come from the environment to talk about the importance of saving it was something that I was like, it's my home, goddammit. There was like a desperation to that, which does fuel,
Fuck yeah, dude, that's
incentive.
Oh, that rules. Okay, yeah. So then that lasted 6 months until you. Was there a come to God? But did you just wake up one day and you go, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah, there was. I mean, so this other thing happened where like a couple months into it, when I was street canvassing, and this like woman came up to me and she was like, "Are you Middle Eastern?"
Sorry, real quick, I just realized the irony of going to school for architecture. And then living without a building.
Yeah, man, that exactly. That was 5 years I studied buildings and couldn't live inside one. I'm aware.
And you didn't even build the structure. Oh, that's great. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, no, you're fine, man.
Life is good sometimes.
So this one, I was on the street and this woman came up to me and she was like, "Are you Middle Eastern?" And I was like, "No." And then she goes, "How would you like to be in a TV show?" And that is how I ended up in season 2, episode 4 or 5 of Lost.
No way.
Yeah, I play Iraqi soldier number 21 or something like that. But yeah, so that happened, and then that was kind of an interesting thing because like I brought this up because they for like a shoot, especially for like a show of that magnitude, they have cars for everybody. You know what I mean? So some town car pulled up to the woods. Like I had to give them an address that was like, okay, like here's like a nearby house or whatever. And then I just like emerged from the woods. And then I was in this limousine and then I was on set for like 2 days to shoot this thing. It was pretty fun. I mean, like, cause the other actors are from the mainland. They're all like, they're not all from the mainland, but like, a lot of them, because when you're eating lunch together, you're eating with like some people who have lines and some of just the extras. So you're just kind of mixing it up with everybody. And like, yeah, a lot of them. I was like, "Hey, where do you live?" And they were like, "Los Angeles." And they were like, "What about you?" And I'd be like, "I live in the woods."
Yes, dude.
Yeah, it was fun. But yeah, then so that. A couple weeks after that, I remember I woke up in my sleeping bag covered in centipedes, and I was like, "Yeah, what the fuck am I doing?" I have a college degree.
I'm a TV star, for God's sakes.
Yeah, I'm a movie. There's no right. You can't treat movie stars like this. Yeah, so that from there,
Centipedes are terrifying, by the way.
Yeah, the left of woods. Well, they weren't. I mean, they were the part of the woods that they were the least worrisome because they were wild. There's wild boars scattered throughout, especially that area. That was the first time I got there. That's when I was like, these guys have been living here too long to hear themselves. Because I heard wailing in the dark, and I was like, "What's that?" And they're like, "Oh, they're wild boars. They're everywhere,
And they're so dangerous.
They're so dangerous.
They're so dangerous.
So you would hear them at night, and they let out like a guttural wail that is very off-putting. But yeah, never saw one.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's like the biggest predator danger there.
Besides man, Toby,
Well,
what we've done to the land.
I mean, obviously, dude, we're the most dangerous game, bro, and we're fucking everywhere, dude. Yeah, because I was trying to think if they had like giant like scorpions or no, but that's desert. Okay.
Yeah, boar. I couldn't get past them, and then centipedes. That was just the straw. Like that was like, oh, that's a wrap on this.
Yeah, and then from there you came back to
Jersey.
Also, 6 months in Hawaii. Did you surf at all? Any thought of that?
No, just because Waikiki. Yeah, I think I did in Waikiki maybe for like an afternoon because there's a lot of people learning how to surf. It's like a big take lessons, all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because I had surfed a little bit in Jersey, so I not that I was any good, but like
it's hard, man.
Yeah, it's really hard. I mean, it's really hard. Once you're up there on the board, it is an incredible feeling. Mm-hmm. But like to get to that point, it's a lot. You're taking a lot of knocks on the head, and like it hurts. It really hurts.
And dangerous. Oh, so I've done like a majority of board sports. I've tried
okay.
I used to snowboard like 3 times a week, and then I've skated my whole life, and then but by far and away, I've only ever tried surfing once, and it's unlike any other board sport because it's the only one that doesn't rely on either gravity or you as your propellant.
Right.
Because the water is pushing you.
It's pretty cool.
It doesn't make any sense.
I know, you're just gliding.
It's awesome.
It really, you feel like you're not, I think it's like, you feel like you're not in your body. Do you know what I mean? Where you're like, I don't do this. Like, I'm not capable of this. Mm-hmm. Like, to what you're saying, like, where there's no exertion at all. You're like, I'm a bird or whatever.
I really would love to learn and get good. But it seems so hard.
Same.
And dangerous as shit.
Yeah.
Because every surf break, they're like, oh yeah, by the way, it's 4 inches of water with razor sharp reef at the bottom.
Yeah. So like,
go get buck, young man.
Yeah. Go for Eddie would go. Why not you? But yeah, Waikiki. But then, I mean, when you get to the North Shore, like even the minute you step off the bus in the North Shore, you hear the roar of the ocean and you feel the violence of it. And then walking out there, it's just a gravesite. And it's just all like these makeshift, sort of a burial ground for all these surfers that had died. And
by the way, those dead guys were the gnarliest guys.
Yeah, and they're the best guys.
They were the best.
Yeah, exactly. But when you see the waves, you're like, of course. It's why you would look at that and go like, I'll tame that beast. It's wild.
Well, in the surfing world, the Hawaiian the way that the way that you rate the size of a wave is grossly underinflated in Hawaii. So there's a known thing in surfing where if like you're from California or Australia or whatever, Australian guys will be like, oh, it's like 6 feet, which is like 12 feet everywhere else. Okay. So they'll be like, oh no, that's 8 feet Hawaiian, which means that it's 17 feet tall.
Yeah, it is a crazy thing to see like a wall of water just emerge and just sort of swallow these because you stand next to him, you're like, that guy's 6'1", but then when they're out there, it's just like he's just a speck out there.
Yeah, and they live on the water. They're shredded, and then they just get pieced up, dude.
And it's like there's because it is such a famous spot. There's just crowds of people that are just watching. It's a strange thing, but yeah, no, that was a cool time, interesting time.
And then back to Jersey.
back to Jersey, worked in an architecture firm for like a year and a half, and then
My man knows his way around a CAD machine.
Oh shit!
What's up?
Whoa! It's a shout out cat.
Shout out
AutoCAD,
brother.
Yeah,
I got one reference for every topic.
Wow, man. How do you know about AutoCAD?
I have no fucking idea. I have no idea why that's in there.
Cool.
Whenever I need useful,
Right.
meaningful information, the recall is not there.
Yeah.
But then I hit you with the little AutoCAD.
It's impressive.
Yeah, it just lays out the blueprints.
Yeah, it's just like an electronic. I don't think it's even used anymore. I'm not sure if it is. I'm out of the game for a while.
Yeah.
It was an electronic way to lay out blueprints.
Yeah, now you've been building these jokes.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
A whole different kind of architecture. Whoa.
Yeah. All I know is that things change, but you're still hooping. Available now.
Toby.
I'm feeling like a real. You got me in a silly goose mood, dude. I'm feeling good.
Oh, I'm
bro.
glad, man. All right, good.
Yeah. That what we were talking about before this when you were like, you get to hang out with someone for an hour that you don't normally get to hang with. Dude, never in a million years would I would have thought you'd lived indoors your entire existence. I really would have.
I mean, it's most people. Most people's experience is an exclusively indoor one.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a small blip on my, sort of radar. And it wasn't like, I mean, there were like self-induced circumstances. And it was, I mean, the lamest way to become like, like other people are like, oh, no, it was like a severe mental health issue or it was drugs. I was like, a girl broke my heart. And Diane Lane told me to. So, yeah.
Yeah, you live, laugh, love you right there. That's
who I am.
I was when I got kicked out of college, I went through like a series of canvassing jobs.
Oh, okay, yeah.
In Chicago, just really standing on the sidewalk asking people for their credit card information.
Yeah. It's so funny because they're the easiest jobs to get. Like, they're the easiest jobs to get. There's no background check. There's no nothing. Show up to an office. Here's a script. Go for it.
Yep.
But then you're entrusted with people's vital information. It's like you would think you'd want to put more into the people canvassing in terms of just like, I don't know, being like, hey, you have to look this way, you have to be this way, because people are just no one's just gonna hand over their, especially not now. I mean, I can't imagine. Did you? How were you good at it?
I was horrible.
Yes,
I was horrible. I was just good enough to keep the job, which still required a lot of work.
I know, yeah.
It's you got to get those signups, and if you don't, you're out. They just churn and burn college age kids.
Yep.
I had one buddy who we called him the Terminator. My buddy Jables. He figured out, so like the way that the bonus system worked was your numbers of signups per day's worked. So he realized that he was very good. So he could get, on a good day, 7-8 people to sign up for this thing, which is insane.
Yeah.
It's really
good.
It's really good. And so he realized that if he worked like 5 days a month, he got like 8 a day, he would make like 4x the income of working every day for the month. So he was unbelievable. I was terrible. I cut you off again. What were you going to say?
I wasn't going to say anything. I was
Okay.
just listening.
Yeah. So I found that the canvassing job was really good if you loved smoking cigs and probably drinking in the middle of the day.
Oh wow, yeah, no, these they were more dedicated, and this was a nonprofit. There was a cap. I don't think you could get a financial bonus. Like you had to make quota. And that was it. Maybe, I don't know, I'm saying this, maybe one of them will listen and correct me or, anyone. But, yeah, they were, Pete and Nate were like sharks. They were incredible. Like I would watch them just like completely just like wrap around a person with words. It was pretty impressive.
Yeah, word merchants. That's one of the guys who called it.
Yeah.
And that was my favorite thing. If I'm in a bad mood and some canvassing wants to me, I go, fuck off, word merchant.
Yeah,
you got to keep them sharp.
They were, I used to do a thing, especially early on, because I needed the job, and I would put, because you had to reach a quota every day. I would put my own money into it in the beginning. It's so sad. I know.
Yeah, dude.
But like if I was like 30 short or whatever, I looked at it as like an investment.
Yeah.
Where I was like, oh, I have to do this for my future. And it worked out and I got like decent enough where I was making quota at a regular clip. But early on I was like, I can't lose this job.
Dude, I had people signing up their roommates going, I'll pay you back. I'll give me the $5 a month or whatever. I'll pay you back. Because we were a all for-profit companies.
Oh, okay.
That were hired out by charities.
Okay.
So it was all very shady. I worked with a serial killer.
Oh, wow. How'd you find out?
So check this out, dude. So we work with this guy whose name I forget, but he had 7 fingers, crab hand on one hand. I
didn't know that could happen.
Yeah, you've never seen?
I've seen 6. I've never seen 7.
Yeah.
Wow.
He would smoke his Newports with his little crab hand and roll it back and forth in his 2 digits.
Huh.
But
the fancy fingers. Do you only use those? Yeah, it's kind of fun. Yeah. These are my weekend digits. Friday and Saturday night.
Yeah, his little chopsticks. So, and he was the sweetest guy, real charming,
sure.
Pretty good canvasser. They always say that they are. And then
you're like, strange basement, but otherwise solid guy.
Pretty good guy. Yeah, but then one day we got a phone call. Work's canceled. Carl, whatever his name is a serial killer. He got caught. He was the 7-fingered strangler. You can look him up.
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, wow.
Yeah, he was strangling ladies. Very sad. But pretty cool day off. It was because I lived in this house it was like real Flophouse vibes. There were like 6 of us, and 4 of us, I think, worked for this one canvassing company. So it was like one by one, everybody came out and was like, "You're a fucking serial killer."
That is a fun day.
Yeah. So we had a 30 rack of beer and had a little serial killer day off.
Wow, the 7-fingered
strangler. Yeah, terrifying,
man.
Up and down, New Orleans, and then
were you interviewed
Chicago.
and stuff?
No. They got him cold. You find 7 fingerprints at every crime scene, and then a guy with 7 fingers, and you go, "I think we got this one."
No. I didn't mean were the cops turning to you to nab him. I meant like, were you interviewed? Because there's always like, whenever someone's caught, there's always like, the post crime interview with like the neighbors or friends or whoever that have to like describe him a little bit.
Without getting too political, I think that mostly happens if it's like young white children.
I see.
And this guy was killing sex workers.
I gotcha.
So,
oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah. Netflix isn't exactly, firing up the documentary cameras for that one.
Yeah. When do we get around to seeing them as people?
Probably never, unfortunately. But I'm trying to think of other canvassing. I got so drunk it was St. Patrick's Day one year. We were on Michigan Avenue out in front of there's a big, I think it's a Macy's there. And my buddy Jables, again, the Terminator, he's like 3 signups up on the day. I got a fat goose egg, dude. And he's like, "Dude, St. Patty's Day, I'll give you one of my signups. So you're good for the day."
What a guy, Jables.
The absolute man. Yeah, he broke his foot jumping off the roof of the building we worked in.
How high?
Really high. Really, really high. We were drinking in the office after hours, underage. And we went up on the roof, and there was like a series of sketchier roofs to get to. Like, you went up the fire escape, and then now you're on the main roof. And this is in the Loop in Chicago, like downtown, so it's sick. So you're like surrounded by these buildings and lights. And then there's another jankier roof to get to with like an encased ladder, and then a third smaller roof, maybe a 1-story high, with just the ladder bolted to the side of the wall.
Okay.
So then we climbed up to that one.
I see.
And that one has the I don't know if it's in New York, but in Chicago, a lot of the roofs only are missing a ledge so that the snow can melt off.
Oh, okay.
So we're up on this like ledgeless roof, looking down like 45 stories to the bottom. And then we figured we could jump the death gap and then land on it was only like 1 story, so it's like no big deal. And then land on the other one.
Okay.
So I went first, jumped. It was a gravel roof. I landed, slipped out straight to my back, and was like, I broke my back. I'm dead. And then I was like, oh no, I'm totally fine. And then Jables hits it, jumps, lands, perfect tactical roll, just like boom, just like so pro. But he's wearing dress shoes, so he's got hard ass soles. So he like rolls, pops up, and just goes, "Broke my foot, broke it."
God, Jables knew immediately.
He did.
That Jables.
Yeah, so we went back to the crib and put frozen peas on it. Not a bit. Real
Oh
life.
wow, that came from a real place.
It's for real. Yeah. But then this one St. Patrick's Day, so we're in the alley behind Macy's, and he pulls out this water bottle with the $8 whiskey in it. And it was so hot. I just remember it just being the hottest liquor I'd ever put in my face at that point. I was just like, it's so hot. This sucks. But like, whatever, we're getting drunk at work. Who cares? And so we get a little tuned up, and then we go for lunch, and we hit this combination Sbarro Arby's. So I went hammered.
Andrea off mic audibly threw up in her mouth.
I was like 19.
Wow, I had never seen them get together before.
Dude, we an unholy marriage.
Yeah.
But at the time, I was like,
things are just unnatural.
I was like 20 and hammered, and I was like, curly fries and pizza, dude?
Of course. It's incredible.
So I start scarfing. I'm clearly fucked up. Everyone else on the crew is like, what is this guy's problem? They all get up to leave. My buddy Jables is looking at me, and he goes, and I'm like sipping on my drink. And as he's talking to me, I feel myself start to throw up. And he's like, dude, are you going to be cool? Can you like get your shit together? And I'm like, oh yeah, dude, no problem. And then he just looks at me and he goes, are you puking into your straw right now? Oh. I had puked into my mouth and was trying to like casually.
Wow, what a gentleman. Wow, Toby.
trying to hide it. And he was just like, dude, get your shit together. I'll see you out there. And he leaves. So then I'm just like, okay, I should need a little quick nap here.
I'd imagine something like that. You'd probably want to reset.
Yeah. So then I just laid out in this booth, and maybe 3-4 minutes later, security guard fucking comes over and he shakes me and he goes, hey man, you can't sleep here. This is an Arby's. And then I, brilliant comedian that I am, hit him with a and a Sbarro. And then went back, puked some more, and then fucking finished out the day. But yeah, that was the end. That was like
these Sbarro people are like, these goddamn Arby's folk, look what they're doing.
These Arby's trash.
It's Arby's trash. We're a wonderful Italian restaurant. They've tarnished us. We knew this was a bad merger.
This was doomed from the start, a failed marriage. Dude, Anthony, thank you so much for coming in, man.
Thanks, Toby. Such
a blast. Great hanging with you. I'm so excited for the special. I know it turned out great. And Mike and all the boys working hard on it.
Yeah, everyone did a really great job. I think it's good.
Yeah, and who was the guy who did the set?
Open City Architecture. That's my best friend from college, Connor. Killed it, man. I'm proud of it. I'm not someone who's like, it's great or anything like that, but I'm like proud of a thing we made.
You should be, man, because the writing is tight. The jokes, you're so funny. I'll say it. It's fucking great, and you should watch it. So check it out.
And there's a nice picture of you and Greg at the end.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Get out of town. Oh, man. Well, dude, anything else you'd like to shout out?
I guess, yeah, listen to my podcast, Welcome to Talktown.
Yeah,
with Greg Stone and Allison Leiby. And otherwise, not really, man. Great to hang with you, man.
Great hanging with you. And yeah, shout out Greg. Love that dude. So that's a silly goose.
Yeah.
And thanks so much for tuning in. Please subscribe to the YouTube, any of the audio platforms. We're on all of them. Drop a comment. Help the algo, all that good stuff. And we'll catch you guys in a week. Later.